Welcome to stage 41, fitting a vertebra and casing, and what we'll do is we'll go through the parts list first. So this metal piece is a vertebra spindle, and then we have two plastic black discs. One is slightly bigger than the other. So 41-2 is a vertebra, well, they're both vertebra casing. One is deeper, so this is number 2, this is the deeper one of the two, and this is piece 3, vertebra casing, shallower. Then piece number 4 looks like this, and this is called vertebra connector, and these are all metal so far apart from these, which are kind of a rubbery plastic. And then we have a vertebra small, which now this is plastic. It feels like plastic, it looks like metal, but it is plastic. And then lastly, in terms of pieces, we have vertebra larger, and again this is plastic, but it does look at that, beautiful, looks like metal. And then we have some spring washers, 5 M3 spring washers. There are exactly 5 in there. And then we have 5 PM 3x6mm screws, 1, 2, 3, so I have 5, so one is going to be spare. So let's get building. And stage 1, we are also, sorry I forgot to say, we are going to need all of the parts that we've assembled so far apart from the battery box. So step 1, we need to fit the vertebra casing 41-3. So I know it's this one because I've laid my parts out in order. Let me just move that down. So I've laid my parts out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we need 41-3, which is the shallower vertebra casing, and that's going to go into piece number 4, which is the only trouble with these instructions, they just call them parts. So obviously by the time you come to build them, you may have forgotten the name. But as you can see, that is an absolutely perfect flush fit. And then we go on to stage 2, or step 2, where we need the longer shaft of part 41-1, and that's going to go in there like so. And obviously this black part is going to form like a form of cartilage. It's going to save wear and tear, so you haven't got metal parts rubbing together. And that is beautiful fit. I'm really happy with that. So the next step, step 3, is to take the second vertebra housing, which is this one, and now you can start to see why one is shallower than the other, because it's just going to cover this up. And again, that's a beautiful fit. And step 4 just says this shows the vertebra casing in place. The rim of part 41-1, which is this one, butts up to the rim of part 41-3, which is this piece there. Butts up to the rim of 41-2, which is this piece, which is inside. The rim of part 41-2 butts up against the rim of part 41-3, which is inside the recess in part 41-4. So the next step, I'm going to need to bring in the beast. So here you can see I have the top of the Terminator already, and the part that we're going to, or the section that we're going to be working on, is this piece here. And step 5 and step 6 tells us that we need to place that onto there like so. So let me just lift him up so you can see what I'm talking about. So you can see there's a circle with 4 holes, and this is the part we're just going to pop that in there. It doesn't seem to matter which way round it goes. It's a really nice fit whichever direction you put it in. So I'm going to put it that way, and then we will just finish that off with the screws that we've been supplied with. And I've just dropped one, and obviously that's going to fall out without any screws at all in. So what I'm going to do as I always do, I'm just going to pop one screw in there, just enough so it bites, and then I'm going to pop another screw in diagonally opposite, and now I've got that on. It's not going to fall off. And the next step, I'm just going to pop the other two screws on. Now I am going to have to do probably a cut in a moment. I do actually have the wrong screwdriver head on. I think this is far too small. It's perfectly good enough for just popping the screws on just to get them going, but I think once we reach a point where we need to tighten them up, I think it's not going to be good enough. So you see I've got a larger head. Now if you're using an Aurea, this is a PH0, and let's see how we get on with that. And oh, that's beautiful, absolutely perfect. These screws are going in so well, and I'm really happy with that. And there we go. So that's 4 screws tightened up. So that's obviously going to be something to do with the spine, I guess, which is confirmed with these 2 pieces that are left over, which we will need for a future stage. So that's it then, guys. That is the build complete for this issue. Nice short issues we're getting, which, to be honest with you, if you're doing the Agora build as I am, that's not really a bad thing, because you are getting 10 issues a month. So if it's taking like 4 or 5 hours to do each issue, you're just never going to keep up, are you? So that's it then for this issue. I'll see if I can get him to say goodbye. No, I really don't want to move that jaw too much. But just imagine Terminator saying goodbye, see you next week. Bye bye.